Hi, I'm Josanne Wright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck Picture Book and Educational System. Excuse me. So, we've been talking about encouragement these last couple of weeks, and this wonderful article by Y. Joel Wong called The Psychology of Encouragement allowed me to investigate a little bit more deeply than I had anticipated being able to do of about the 5 component parts of encouragement, which Adlerian scholars, this is Alfred Adler, who's been dubbed the father of encouragement in psychology. The scholars that followed him teased out these 5 component parts. They were courage, confidence, perseverance, inspiration, and hope, which is what we're talking about now. But it's amazing how many of these qualities kind of dovetail into each other. Um, as for instance, hope. I could see how all of the above characteristics have hope in common because hope reflects an expectation of change and a better future. So, as I said, we're looking at ways to encourage the students that we work with, and if you're working with other adults, to encourage them to actually put more power behind your encouragement other than just praise or that's really a great job you did. But looking at how can we include these other component parts in our encouragement and actually fuel this person on to a better future, which is what hope actually does. But I found out that hope actually changes the brain chemistry. And as you know, I always try to look for a connection to how our brains are functioning or can function better. And for the most part, I've been looking at a positive mindset as a powerful mindset. And so when I found out that hope changes the brain chemistry, I said, okay, let's look into this. So it was in the article, Why Hope is Important by Terry Small, which was in the Brain Bulletin, and I'll include a link to the article below. But this author stated that neuroscientists, in studying the neurochemicals endorphins and enkephalins, which actually mimic morphine, found out that these chemicals were released when the subjects were experiencing hope. And they found that it actually blocks pain and accelerates healing. So I said, wow, this is amazing. But not only that, the article stated in scientific terms, scientists see hope and recovery as not just casually connected. If you have one, you probably are going to recover. If you have hope, recovery may. No, they see it as correlated. Both are fused together. So we have several friends who have really heavy duty medical experiences that they're going through. And as I talked with one who has overcome stage 4 cancer, breast cancer, she has been an example of hope. And, I told her her faith and her hope is what brought her through. I could see that, and she says, "I absolutely." And so, and after reading this article, I can see why doctors correlate faith and recovery. So they found that the same well, later we found let me backtrack. We found that these same chemicals are released with perseverance. Remember this article, and I can't recall the author's name, but he stated that when we achieve incremental steps, we're fueling the endorphins in our brain to move to the next step. And starting out with something as simple as making up your bed in the morning can be one of those releases. And so that keeps the chemicals, keeps our brain in that chemical bath of endorphins by setting small tasks for ourselves and achieving them. So as I looked at this, unfortunately, we find that negative experiences, if we make them our norm and choose to dwell in them, it can also cause us to duplicate similar cells that increases that negativity, which creates a feeling of hopelessness. So this kind of chemical bath changes your brain too. So one doctor stated that when he asked patients what did they hope for, if they say nothing, it was an indication of depression or worse. So in this article, we could see the reason why we really must strive and work toward extending hope to others and keeping a hopeful attitude ourselves. Because one doctor in this article quoted that hope is a match. And I love this imagery, a match in a dark tunnel. It indicated that we have something to look forward to. And in our encouraging our students, we can see as teachers, educators, we could see that student has potential. And as they work towards a skill and creating abilities to have higher skills, each step of the way is it's a huge step. So that match that we give them to light illuminate their tunnel is actually what's needed because a lot of times we don't see it ourselves. And so the quote went on to state that the match allows us to see the path and the way out. So I hope that this has been encouraging and a hopeful talk for everyone. It really did impress me, these facts. And I hope that you will share this article and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye.